Good evening, I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Garrett Statham, and I've got a few things for you tonight as well as when we head into the weekend. Tonight, expect a chance of showers. We do have some in the area already moving through. A brief break overnight, but they will return tomorrow morning and make that commute to class kind of nasty in the Oswego area. It's going to remain cool, much cooler than it was today, with temperatures down in the low to mid 50s and dropping throughout the day on Friday. In fact, it's going to get cool enough this weekend. The higher elevations in the Adirondacks, we're going to see a little bit of snow, but as far as anything frozen, that's not going to happen down here in Oswego. It will just stay cool and a bit showery this weekend. I'll have your full forecast coming up. WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Plus, tonight, Manufacturing Day is upon us. How Oswego County is celebrating.
Plus, we'll give you new updates on the Micron plant coming to Clay, New York.
And our WTOP 10 reporter, Matthew Chereau, has the inside scoop on an on-campus film festival, what it is, and more.
It's Thursday, October 6th. This is WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Oswego County is showing appreciation for some of their workers tomorrow. Good evening, I'm Seth Appleby.
I'm Madeline Cummings.
Like many places across the country, Oswego County will recognize Manufacturing Day tomorrow. This year, Oswego County P-Tech and City BOCES will host a program on its Mexico campus to introduce local students to modern manufacturing. For more information on the event and to register, visit the City BOCES website.
Manufacturing Day is celebrated on the first Friday of October each year. It is a day for manufacturers to highlight their work across the county. Organizations have been showing the public what a career in manufacturing is really like with open houses. The goal, to increase interest in youth and advocating for a career in manufacturing.
The City of Fulton Common Council has voted to allow the city to apply for the Restore NY grant to build a manufacturing program in conjunction with Cayuga Community College. This would give students hands-on experience working alongside NET and Dye Incorporated. The Restore NY grant is aimed toward the restoration and repurposing of vacant buildings, and the program would likely take place in the former Kmart building.
Tech giant Micron is expanding their company and employment opportunities. Micron announced a $100 billion plan to build the country's biggest semiconductor plant right down the road in Clay, New York. The plant will manufacture integrated circuits and increase employment for RIT and Cornell students. RIT professor Carl Hirschman says the unique student program prepares students for work in the semiconductor field.
A new Micron microchip plant will be powered on. Officials say that the Onondaga County facility will use 20 million gallons of water daily, half as much as all the homes and businesses in Syracuse combined. Water Authority Executive Director Jeff Brown says that while the amount of water is over half of what they currently produce, they already have the capacity to get it done.
And the new factory will be near the deserted Great Northern Mall, which is being converted into a lifestyle center. The multi-billion-dollar plant is part of a plan to revitalize the area and bring new businesses, community, and jobs. The Lifestyle Center is set to accommodate the estimated population growth and offer affordable housing for people of all incomes.
President Joe Biden visited New York today alongside New York Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney and Pat Ryan. The visit comes as IBM is celebrating a $20 billion investment at their Poughkeepsie facility. Biden is relating the investment to what the White House calls a manufacturing boom following the passage of a $280 billion legislative package focused on the U.S. semiconductor industry.
A federal judge has ruled that a New York law passed this year related to gun control is unconstitutional. The law put into place September 1st expands who can acquire a handgun, but increases training required and requires applicants to submit a list of who is currently living with them. Judge Greg Sabday wrote in a statement, quote, "Several of the state's new licensing rules went too far," end quote.
Governor Kathy Hochul says she is deeply disappointed following Sotheby's temporary hold on the law. Hochul said that, quote, "The Concealed Carry Improvement Act was carefully crafted to put in place common sense restrictions around concealed carry permits," end quote. She says that she will continue to work with the Attorney General's office and plans for an appeal.
And back here on campus, Broadway star and Oswego State alum Tamar Green will perform here in Tyler Hall's Waterman Theater. on October 17th at 7 p.m. Green appears in Broadway's hit musical Hamilton as George Washington. Green's performance is titled Perception, the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses, and is part of the college's Oswego Performing Arts series. Tickets are free for Oswego students.
Students gathered in the Marano Auditorium last night for the Ibero-American Film Festival.
Our reporter Matthew Chereau was there. Matthew?
The Ibero-American Film Festival is initiated by the Department of Modern Languages and Literatures and is free and open to the public at the Marano Auditorium. This time is a Spanish professor, Zoraida Lopez, that hosts the screening of Monos, a world drama Colombian movie directed by Alejandro Landes. This is a final screening after 4 other movies from different countries such as Spain, Brazil, or Cuba, and received various awards in Europe, South America, and the United States. The state of mind is to discover new cultures. It is also about telling new stories on various themes such as war, racism, or love by using different genres such as animation or musical.
And it really does go in what they do, like how they live their everyday life in their culture. So I do see that. It's very interesting to know about other different Hispanic countries that you never know, because I'm Mexican, so I only know my culture.
The next film festival on campus is going to be Panic, a competition organized this time by students from the film club that happens this week, in which the screening will take place October 22. Front desk, back to you.
Coming up after the break, are gas prices going back up? We'll tell you the effects of OPEC cutting oil production.
And the January 6th committee is holding another hearing. We'll give you the updates.
But first, let's take a quick look at weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Garrett Statham.
Garrett, is the warm weather here to stay?
Yes, guys, the first answer I have to that is no, the warm weather is not here to stay, unfortunately. It is going to be getting quite a bit cooler starting tonight and heading into tomorrow. Temperatures are going to drop from about 60 where we are right now into the lower 50s. We'll have more for you after the break.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Donna.
And this is the Sunset Show. Grab your low-rise jeans because we're taking it back to the 2000s.
Let's go, girls.
And low-rise jeans.
Together.
One of the boys. Boy.
Sorry, it's my agent. He told me that you're canceled.
Shebangy, shebangy, shebangy.
Welcome to the burial ground. Must see also and all of sports entertainment.
Welcome back to the Kind of Lake Show, where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
Well, my birthday was November 13th, so it's been quite some time.
I think at the end we saw him get up.
I did that. I can't.
It's a winner, and I did bring a sweater for everyone.
Here you go! I know your dreams. You started the paper throwing, just the immaturity. You lost before you even argued.
Pretty insane that the Clippers, 10 of the last 11 postseasons, they're in there.
Good evening, guys. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Garrett Statham, back with you with your evening forecast. So tonight, as I said before, we do have some showers moving in the area. It's about 60 or 61 degrees right now. That is going to start to cool off as we get toward the morning hours, and especially during the day tomorrow. Overnight, expect a brief break in precipitation, but by tomorrow morning, the precipitation is going to return as a line of storms and showers moves ahead of a cold front. So looking at the overnight lows over the region, you can see over the area right now it's really rather mild. 59 over in Albany tonight, 55 here in Oswego, but tomorrow that is really going to drop as that cold front moves to the area. Right around here in the Rochester area, between Rochester and Oswego, there is a line of precipitation that's moving through, and right behind that is that cold front. That's going to bring down temperatures quite a bit as we get into Friday and especially into Saturday as well. Over the weekend in this area, especially in the higher peaks, we'll see temperatures down near the 30s overnight. So these 50s are not going to stay for much longer. So looking into tomorrow's forecast, we do have kind of a dreary day, what is typical of a kind of a fall day in Oswego when it really does start to feel like fall and temperatures stay in the low 50s. They'll max out about 53 really in the morning hours. The winds are going to be pretty strong out of the northwest that is also going to bring down those temperatures throughout the day. You'll have some showers kind of spotty throughout the area, especially in the morning, and expect skies to mainly be overcast with some breaks for the sun possible. Looking at our extended forecast this week, Friday, tomorrow, don't expect temperatures to feel very warm. Same with Saturday too, it's going to stay in the low to mid 50s. Overnight lows are going to be down into the 40s, but otherwise the showers are expected to move out by about Sunday or so. There is a little bit of uncertainty with that right now with some lake effect showers possible as we move into the weekend. Expect Monday and Tuesday to be much nicer. Now we'll send it back to the desk for your national news update.
Gas prices are back on the rise after OPEC announced it's cutting oil production.
Chris Wynn has the latest from the nation's capital.
Less supply of crude oil equals less supply of gasoline. Less supply of gasoline at current demand levels equals higher prices.
Oil experts are warning the price of gas is about to surge after OPEC Plus oil ministers agreed to cut production by 2 million barrels per day.
We are not endangering the energy markets. We are providing security, stability to the energy markets.
At a price.
Everything has a price. Energy security has a price as well.
The decision is a major loss for the Biden administration, which had launched a full-scale pressure campaign in a last-ditch effort to dissuade Middle Eastern allies from cutting production, according to multiple sources.
What's your reaction to the OPEC Plus decision?
Disappointment, and we're looking at what alternatives we may have.
Now, 5 weeks before a high-stakes midterm election, the Biden administration is frantically sifting through options to keep gas prices down.
We believe we have the tools here at home to work with our allies and to work with Congress to make sure that we address the mistake that OPEC made yesterday, which was the wrong direction. And again, I believe it will have less of an impact in the United States and far more of an impact on lower income countries around the world.
There's a lot of alternatives. We haven't made up our mind yet.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
President Joe Biden has expressed his disappointment with the decision made by OPEC. However, he has told the director of National Economic Council, Brian Deasy, to, quote, take nothing off the table, unquote, in hopes of keeping the prices of oil down. The White House has been looking for alternatives to get their oil. One possibility might be moving to an OPEC Plus country to satisfy the demand for oil while keeping prices low.
Are you concerned about these cuts from OPEC?
The January 6th committee will be holding a public hearing on the 13th of October. It will be the panel's 10th meeting since the Capitol Hill insurrection in 2021. The meeting's topic has not been specified, and live witnesses are not expected. The hearing may be the last before the midterm elections in November. The panel is still working towards presenting a final report by the end of the year.
And one of the Proud Boys' top members pleaded guilty to seditious conspiracy charges. Lieutenant of the far-right extremist group, Jeremy Bertino, may spend more than 5 years in prison. Before sentencing, Bertino will not be held in jail. However, he will not be able to possess a passport or firearms. His testimony could be valuable in an upcoming seditious conspiracy trial against the Proud Boys in regards to the January 6 riots. Coming up on WTOP 10 tonight, what Biden is doing that will help thousands of Americans keep their records clean.
There will be millions of packages this holiday season from Amazon, but how will they get to your door? Find out after the break.
Kinda late, kinda late, kinda late, the Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think
can't.
you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
Look at that. It's so sad.
Here's our weather elements and our social media on Saturday. And that's optional, right?
WTOP 10 Nightly News. Here is your health and consumer report. E-cigarettes are becoming increasingly popular with the student population. According to the 2022 National Youth Tobacco Survey, more than 2.5 million U.S. middle schoolers say they use e-cigarettes. Within that number, the CDC and FDA found 14% of high school students and 3% of middle school students reported using e-cigarettes in the last 30 days. Most electronic cigarettes contain nicotine, which is highly addictive and can increase the risk for future drug addiction.
A move Joe Biden is taking will be affecting thousands of Americans. He is taking the first major step towards decriminalizing marijuana. Biden says he will pardon all prior federal offenses of simple marijuana possession, and that he also wants to encourage governors to do the same thing, but at the state level. Marijuana remains illegal under federal law, although many states have begun to allow it for recreational and medical purposes.
Amazon is preparing for the busy holiday season by hiring 150,000 employees nationwide. The new openings include a full-time, part-time, and seasonal positions. This announcement comes just before Amazon rolls back prices for Amazon Prime subscribers. As an incentive, the company has announced that the sign-on bonuses are being offered for those who accept seasonal positions. The bonuses will vary from $1,000 to $3,000.
People coming to the United States from Uganda are going to be checked for Ebola starting this weekend. There are no confirmed cases of Ebola in the U.S. However, safety procedures to reduce the spread have gone into effect. Flights from Uganda will be required one of the 5 cities for an Ebola screening test, one of them being New York. Ebola is rare, but it can be fatal, and there is no cure for it.
Zach Mullamud joins us now with everything you need to know in the Lakers sports and beyond.
Zach, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. Coming up, we take a look at the Lakers sports games from yesterday evening, and when will the New York Mets get their postseason underway? Stay tuned to find out on WTOP 10 News.
Only on WTOP.
DeCarlo on the rebound! Alex DeCarlo!
Yeah, it's been a wild game so far. A lot of high scoring, so definitely tighten it up and play out that full 60 minutes.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP 10. Out on our own Oswego.
Did you hear that Bad Bunny's going to be in Canada over spring break? You know?
I heard that one.
Drink the week.
Oh, wow.
Roll it.
The Kind of Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Zach Malamud with your Thursday night sports report. The Oswego State volleyball team now holds the 4th longest winning streak in team history, extending their winning streak to 11 games on Wednesday evening. The Lakers took on Wells College and swept the match 3-0 at Maxill Gymnasium. It was senior McKenna Corbin that led Oswego with 26 assists, 5 aces, and 6 blocks. The Lakers head on the road this weekend with matches against SUNY Brockport and SUNY Geneseo on Friday and Saturday, looking to add to this incredible run. Staying in Oswego sports, the Oswego men's soccer team tied against SUNY Geneseo by a final score of 2-2 on Wednesday night. Oswego took a 1-0 lead into halftime through junior Kieran Gilroy, but the Knights responded just under 4 minutes into the second half. Oswego's Ha-Jun Lee grabbed his second goal of the season. However, Geneseo's Adam Astorita tied things up 5 minutes later. Oswego has just one conference win on the season, and they'll look to add to that against Plattsburgh on Saturday. Moving to the MLB, the New York Mets are getting set for their best-of-3 wildcard series against the San Diego Padres. Game 1 kicks off tomorrow with first pitch set for 8:07 p.m. from Citi Field in the Big Apple. New York is going with Max Scherzer on the bump for his 22nd career postseason start. On the other side, the Padres are sending out Yu Darvish, who is red hot in the month of September with a 1.85 ERA across his 6 starts. On the other side of New York, the Yankees have a first-round bye in the American League as they await the winner of the Cleveland Guardians and the Tampa Bay Rays. Yankees manager Aaron Boone has already elected to start ace Garrett Cole in Game 1 of the division series, which is scheduled for this upcoming Tuesday at Yankee Stadium. New York was crowned American League East champions on September 27th for the first time since 2019, finishing the season with a record of 99-63. Now let's head to the Big Apple. Mets and Nationals, the regular season finale. Bottom first 2 outs, 2 men on. Mark Canha, 2-0 sinker. Left field seats, it is 3-0 Mets. Citi Field is rocking. It is Canha's 13th of the season. Now we go to the bottom of the second. 2 outs, bases juice, Francisco Lindor. First pitch changeup. Gap in right center field, Vientos, Alvarez, and Naquin all come in to score 6-0 Mets. Not a good start for Eric Feedy, but he stays in the game. Now we move to bottom third, and it is 1 out, runners on first and third. James McCann, watch that one fly. 1-0 curveball. He sends it to LaGuardia Airport, a 3-run shot to the second deck in left. How about 9-0 New York in the bottom of the third? And in the top of the 8th, an awesome moment for the New York Mets. Second baseman Jeff McNeil replaces Francisco Lindor. McNeil is officially the NL batting champ with a .326 batting average. He is the first Met since Jose Reyes in 2011. We'll be right back for your Pet of the Week after the break.
Now it is time for Black Card Revoke. Like, what's this apology about now?
At least that's what I feel like. I don't know. I thought it was cute, you know?
I thought it was too.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so what about this black lace ensemble? You did a little song.
Yeah, I see it.
You did a little something. Yes.
I'm gonna figure it out though. But it won't be
Reach for the flag.
Yeah.
Megan.
And I'm Donna.
And this is the Sunset Show. Grab your low-rise jeans because we're taking it back to the 2000s.
Let's go, girls.
Pictures! And low-rise jeans.
Together?
One of the boys, boy.
Sorry, it's my agent. He told me that you're canceled.
Shebangy, shebangy, shebangy.
Welcome back to the Kind of Lake Show where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
Well, my birthday was November 13th, so it's been quite some time.
I think at the end we saw him get up.
I get that.
He's a winner, and I did bring a sweater for everyone. There you go! I know your dreams.
You started the paper throwing, just the immaturity. You lost before you even argued.
Pretty insane that the Clippers, 10 of the last 11 postseasons, they're in there.
Before we go tonight, we want to introduce you to this week's Pet of the Week.
Everyone meet Kira. Kira is an affectionate 4-year-old who loves playing hide and seek.
That's right, Kira loves being around people, but is also known for hiding when you're not around. Those interested in adopting Kira can fill out an application through the Oswego County Humane Society.
That's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for the season premiere of The Bigger Picture.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.